1 second. I realized this. Ouch! Golly! Oh, my hand just got pinched. Look at this thing. You see this? You can't. But this. Look. My hand was on that, and dang it! Freaking That's not how I wanted to start anything. How you guys doing? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartoris. Now, if you didn't pick up on that, it's in the title, actually. I shouldn't have to say it, but my name is Tristan Sartoris, and I'm happy to have you guys here with me today. Happy to have a great, exciting show. Let's have a good time. Let's have a good day. Sorry, I was just drawing on my dry erase board that I got because I'm trying to write some notes because I need to figure out what I'm going to be doing for Halloween. I mean, I know what I'm going to be doing for Halloween. This show! But I need to figure out my Halloween costume, and to have it right there and just know I need to figure that out soon because Halloween's coming up, dude. It's tomorrow. I mean, it's not tomorrow. It feels like tomorrow. It's the next episode, right? It's the next week's podcast. I should have a sweet costume. And I'm a little nervous about it because I haven't figured it out. And I'm just going to adjust this just a little bit, okay? And just once, and I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to touch it for the rest of the episode. Well, one more, just, right? I think that's pretty good. Okay, hey, guys, what's going on? But yeah, I need to figure out what I'm going to be doing for my costume. I originally wanted to be a Ghostbuster. Okay, I thought that was gonna be a good idea. You know, Bankman, all the guys, and then all these Bill Murray allegations came out, and like, well, you know, I'm doing this thing, and you know, so he's under fire, and you know, I don't know if that's exactly the kind of guy we want to be dressing up as on Halloween. Although very scary. No, whoops. Hey, so outside of that, I was then going to be Wild Thing from Major League, the Cleveland Indians, now the Guardians. And because the Cleveland team was in the playoffs, it felt even more exciting. I was going to get the cuts and everything, glasses. It was going to be the whole shebang. It was going to be really cool. That was what I had. So Cleveland got eliminated from the playoffs. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is that I'm out of a costume. It's not as exciting. It doesn't make as much sense. So now I'm 0 for 2. 2 ideas down the drain in a week. So now I'm at a loss for words. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to be doing. Don't touch it. Hey, yeah, so if you guys have any great ideas, let me know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's the it thing, you know? Last week was not last year. My brain works in days and weeks, and we don't go by months and years. It's like, oh, this is coming up soon? That's tomorrow. But yeah, if you guys have any great ideas of what I should be doing costume-wise for next week's episode, let me know. I'm going to raise this just a little bit, okay? Now, it doesn't count. It's only because I don't feel like it was picking up just enough of my voice. Anyways, yeah, let me know about that, and we will see and how that fits out and works out accordingly. But it's on the dry erase board, so I will be thinking about it a lot. Also, dude, dry erase boards, so cool. I ordered this last week because it was Prime Day. I don't work for Amazon, but I talk about it a lot. But anyways, I ordered this dry erase board, and I was super excited about it, and I just kept, I can't wait. I'm telling my family about it. My dry erase board's coming. I'm going to be able to both write and dryly erase. I'm so excited. And they're kind of scoffing. Why is this grown man so excited about a freaking dry erase board? I'm like, listen, it's just cool, okay? I'm ready for it. I'm feeling good. And so my brother's just kind of laughing at me. He's like, what? If of all the exciting things you've ordered, why is the dry erase board the one? I'm like, here we go. So yeah, I felt a little silly just getting so amped up about it. And a funny thing happened though, as that was arriving. I was talking to my good friend Drew. We've talked about him on the show. He was also known as the Rubik's Cube messer upper, and this is still evidence. I'm going to put this in a Ziploc baggie, and we're going to get to the bottom of that some other time. But anyways, I was talking to him, and it's funny how in sync you can be with somebody sometimes. So this whole time I'm getting excited about this stupid little dry erase board, and I'm like, oh man, my dry erase board's here. While I was talking to him, it came and it arrived. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I know, it's kind of dumb. And he's like, no, you got a dry erase board too? I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, yeah, dude, I got a dry erase board. I was like, dude, well, mine just got here. So I got out, and I hear him. He's like, oh, let me check too. I was like, wait, what? We both went out to our doors on the stoop, same time, both ordered dry erase boards out of the blue, did not coordinate at all, got them, hung them up, and we're both, you know, drying and erasing. So it's just a funny little coincidence that, may or may not be worth sharing, but it's too late. We already have. Yeah, so that's really what's been going on with me. I'm really excited. I wish I could prove to you it's there. I would turn the camera, but you know what? This whole podcast, if we don't have trust, then we don't have anything. So you're really just gonna have to, 1 second. That's it. Anyways, if we don't have trust, then what are we doing here? So you're just gonna have to believe me. I could hold up a mirror and show it, and I could just pull up the wall and show it to you too, but there's something to be said about trust, okay? And if I'm going to go around lying about having a dry erase board, I think that's even more sad than being the guy that's so excited about getting a dry erase board. Like, guys, trust me, I've got one. But anyways, I do. What else has been going on? I just had a weird feeling at the store. I was out and about getting some groceries and some small things. I went to Five Below actually, because I need to prepare for said Halloween episode, and I got this little it's some spider string, and I went in there and I only meant to get that. It was only going to be a couple $, and then I found this Lego set that I didn't need, but somehow I ended up having it. And that's just true to everything, right? When you go into a low money, I don't know what the word is for that. It's not a convenience store, but it's just a poor store. It's a store for the poor. Listen, it's cheap, okay? I walked in there, and anytime you go into there with only one thing on your brain, all of a sudden I'm like this. I'm carrying stuff around like, are you sure you don't need a cart or a basket? I was like, no, because then I'll only be able to hold more stuff. He's got the whole store in his hands. But anyways, so I'm grabbing all this crap and all this stuff, and I also got a candle from my mom. Happy birthday, Mom. I don't know if I've given it to her yet, but frick. Okay. Anyways, I'm grabbing all this stuff. Just a little bit. Sorry. I'm grabbing all this stuff and getting way more than I need. And then I see they have this new section at Five Below. It is the $5 and up area. Now, I'll tell you why this bothers me. Is because the name of the store is Five Below. The whole point is to have a whole plethora, an array of items that is $5 or less. And that was exciting. It was the convenience, because now you're going above and beyond. You're just becoming a regular store. Five Below, five not below, 25 and below. What is this? That's like just going to the Target. I'm like, yeah, it's welcome to $4,000 and below, right? We've got up to everything. We've got so much stuff. But we sell a lot of, 1 second, just a little bit. We sell a ton of a great array of things. But yeah, it's just this cap and now. So now I can't trust it. And it bothers me because, like I was just saying about trust. What do we know about trust? Is that Five Below does not have it. You cannot be the thing. You can't be the store and put it's your name, dude. That's your name. Look, when you make a store, a brand, a product, or whatever, you get to choose your thing. You can have it anything you want, right? Be creative, figure it out. And you chose Five Below. And I'm on board with that. Okay, so now I walk into Five Below with the trust, with the feeling of safety, knowing that whatever I see in here, I can afford. Boom, bang, bada bang, here it is. This is all mine. That's how I end up with lots of stuff. Now, if I grab all this crap, I'm just assuming it's Five or below. I walk up to the counter and they say, hey, you owe $250. I'm like, what? It was a Lego set and some string and some candles and some other candies. But that is not fair to me. So now I don't know what to feel, okay? That's not fair. You can't say, hey, this is what we do, this is how it is, and then go and do the other thing. That's like walking into a store. It's like, hey, look, we sell cookies, all cookies, and only cookies. And I'm like, oh, finally, someone that can relate to me. I walk in there and say, hey, boom, want a carrot? I'm like, what is this? I walked in here with the trust that we were all going to be some gluttonous sugar freaks, and now you're offering. I don't feel good. I don't feel safe. You can't be like, this is what we do, but also a little bit of the opposite thing, right? You can't walk into a church like, listen, Church of Christ, baby. All God, all the time, but a little bit of Satan on the side. What? You can't do that, Five Below. It's wrong. It's wrong, dude. I'm passionate about that, and I'm upset. So that just happened to me, and I don't know if I can support or go back to Five Below for the foreseeable future. And we'll see how much emotional growth I do in between now and the next episode, and I'll let you know if I ever go back. But yeah, Five Below, you ruined it. You blew it. Now take the dollar store, for example. You don't go into the dollar store and they say, hey, everything's $1, but some things might be 20. No, dollar store sticks to their freaking brand. They stay on it. In fact, Dollar Store goes the opposite way. The Dollar Tree specifically has a clearance section now. How about that? You're going in there for snacks or knockoff DVDs or whatever it may be, and they say, hey, bada bing, bada boom, 25 cents. That is a good thing. Now, it may not be $1, but you're giving more, right? That's like you walk into that same cookie store, instead of the carrot, the guy's like, hey, we've actually got double fudge cookies, okay? We've got extra BOGO, more for more. So that's a great way to expand on your brand, and Five Below, you can learn a lot from the Dollar Tree. But yeah, Dollar Tree is good. The clearance section is unbelievable that you can. I got a bag of hot Cheetos. I didn't need them, but it was 25 cents. How are you gonna not? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what to feel about. I mean, I know how I feel about the Five Below. I don't know how I feel about Dollar Tree. It is very great, but also being obese has never been easier in this country. You know, welcome to Dollar Tree. Now, listen, if you want to be a fat glutton, you want to get on the range, you want to blow money, it's never been easier. And yeah, and I'm putting on the pounds that way. Thanks, Dollar Tree. Thank you, dude. I wish I could stop. I want to stop eating junk food, and it's not that I'm feeling so down or I want it or I need it. It just happens. It's just there. And all of a sudden you're up 15, 20 pounds. You're like, oh, great. How did this happen? Oh, well, I don't regret it. Or I do. You know, those people that I just try not to regret anything, you know, just because like every single decision I've made up until this point has led me to be the person that I am today. No, I regret it. I hate the person I am today. I want to be the guy I was last week. I want to be 15 pounds lighter. Those hot Cheetos didn't make a diff in my life. They didn't put me where I need to be. If I should just figure out how to be the person I am today without making the bad decisions. Okay? So I don't think that's fair. And also, it depends on what you did, really. Like, if you did something to harm someone else, like, well, you know, I just try not to regret things that I did, because in the end, it led me to who I am. Like, whoa, dude, you stole a lot of money from us, okay? You upped your prices, Five Below. You can't regret that. You lose customers. You ruined lives. Trust is gained in drops and lost in buckets. So anyways, yeah, that was my experience I just had. And then another one, it wasn't really as exciting, but I went to Aldi. And I go to Aldi a lot. Their stuff is pretty cheap. You guys could learn something. Not you, the audience, but I'm talking to Five Below. But, you know, if you guys are looking for a store for cheap things, Aldi's the place to go. Shh. It's like Amazon. But anyways, I was going there, and, you know, Aldi, they don't have like traditional grocery bags. If you've never been there, they have these paper bags, and they're regular plastic bags. And I've been going there, and I've just been grabbing them, loading stuff up for weeks, months. I buy these things, and I was there today, and I looked down, and I noticed something I had not noticed before, that there is a price tag on these bags. So effectively, not only was I going to a place where the food was cheap, taking advantage of it, but I have been a little thief, and I've just been stealing and hoarding their bags. I'm like, wow, these bags are great, and I'm stuffing them in the house. We should keep these around for some other time. I can't believe these are free. I'm a thief, okay? So maybe my trust isn't perfect, but also you guys have those stupid little security cameras while you're self-checking out. Hey, you know, apparently they're not doing their job, because I've been robbing you blind on camera. So whoever's doing that thing, pay attention a little more, because I don't want to be like a bad guy. I don't want to feel guilty about my actions, but you know what? I don't regret it, because it led me to who I am today. So, but yeah, whoever's running that, you know, catch me, ring me up, say, hey, dude, you've stolen $339 of plastic bags. We're going to need that, you know, somewhere. So thanks. Why is this cord so long, dude? It's always in the way, and I can't handle it. Like, it's this, and it's this, and there's just little things when the whole system isn't working together. Everything's thrown off. Where am I, you know? You ever feel like that sometimes, where you're like, you try to be in the zone, but there's that one little thing, you know, maybe your hair's out of place, or you got a little bit of a wedgie, or your shirt's undone, or, you know, whatever it may be. It's like that mental tick. You're like, I can't completely be present. I can't completely allow myself to be here fully as much as I'd like to be until I deal with this one issue, right? It's rough. It's just something's on the brain, you know, like if you're trying to have a nice conversation with somebody, and that classic is, did I leave the oven on? You know, and that's how it feels sometimes, except I know what the thing is, and I have to go and do it. I have to go check. But anyways, what else is going on outside of Five Below's greediness? Again, dude, we're not. This is no rehearsal. I'm feeling pretty good today. I was writing my notes down, what I had, and I got pretty close. I started like kind of improvising, writing some things. I was like, oh, that's kind of. I was like, stop, rubber band. And I'm trying to stay in the zone. And I think we're doing okay so far, right? I don't want to plan. It's a habit, dude. It's a habit. But yeah. Oh, I saw a commercial for eczema. And you might be like, why is he talking about this? This could be one of those things where, like, are you really going to talk about this? Stop touching the mic, but one more time. Is it funny enough? Is it worth the conversation point? I don't know. Let's dive in and see. Yeah, I saw this commercial for eczema. And it was like a normal commercial. Yeah, they're saying, well, you could be doing this and cure your rash and whatever. And I was watching it, and it was like a minute long. For one, way too long of a commercial for eczema. And they were showing all these people that they had been cured of the bumps and the rash, and all of a sudden they were doing these crazy, like, successful and life-changing things. The person was like, oh, I'm just so I can't be here, like, I don't want to be in the crowd or whatever. I can't amount to anything in life. And all of a sudden, like, yeah, he's like a DJ. He's doing, the guy's skydiving and bungee jumping. The guy's just making millions and whatever. Money's raining down upon him. I was like, what are you selling here? Like, how in what world does removing the bumps right on the back of my arm give me life-changing possibilities? I got news for you people. Okay, I know you're trying to exaggerate, but if the bumps on your arm are holding you back from anything, you might need to pick a new field. Okay, so if you're like, hey, I want to be a professional skydiver, but I can't deal with this. Like, this is, I don't feel comfortable in my own skin or whatever. Like, you gotta face it on. And also, my other complaint was that was like, why was that the pinnacle of success or life, that you can now experience life to the fullest? Like, wow, I'm rash free now. I can do actual life threatening thing. I'm gonna skydive, bungee jump, or like the successful thing is like, that's not my version of success. What I would like to see is somebody just like on the couch at the end, just eating Cheetos. Like, oh, fine. Finally, there's no, like, it starts out, it's like, if you're dealing with these problems, X, when he's just like this in a sweater, and he's like, oh, I'm so glad they got these Cheetos from the dollar store. They were on clearance. Oh, man. And then they're like, well, you can take these for 3 to 6 months and consult with your doctors and use only as directed. And that just cuts back to me. He's like this. Oh, never mind. And he's totally fine. That's success for me. The guy that's reclining and having a great day, he doesn't need to be jumping out of a plane to show that he's happy. So anyways, that was my problem with the commercial, and I thought that was dumb branding. I don't like it. I don't respect it, but it was funny enough to talk about. And I know people will be like, well, it clearly stuck in your mind, so they're doing something right. No, it didn't. You know why? Because I don't know what the brand was. I know that it dealt with the problem, but I don't know what it is. You're like, wow, I saw this great commercial for batteries. It was hilarious, it was funny, or it was weird, it was crazy, whatever it is that makes it memorable for you. And you're like, well, but I don't even know what it was, so it doesn't help me in actually giving you money. It doesn't help me in, funding your success. So yeah, you guys lose there. Make a good commercial, I'll talk about you. That's what it is. What else is happening? What's our time at? We're at 18 minutes. I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, man, psychology's good. Psychology's fun, dude. As I've mentioned before, I took psychology in college. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was on Facebook again. Not again. I don't talk about Facebook. Hey guys, by the way, back on Facebook. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, and I think Facebook's fun. It's great for family. It's not really a big, like, social media, it's usually just for the relatives and connecting and being like, wow, I can't believe that my cousin had a deck party this weekend. So I don't go on there a ton because I don't mean to say my family's not interesting, but I don't know how to say it without actually saying the words. My family's not super interesting. And you go on there a ton, and Facebook has this new feature, or maybe it's not new, I don't know, but I get all these notifications, hundreds of local restaurants and people we know, families, businesses and stuff. Like, hey, this cleaning business has invited you to like their page. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, this pizzeria invited you to like their page. Wow, this local pet shop has invited you. I was like, what is this system? What is it? I thought I was getting friend request or something or some sort of meaningful notification, but people are inviting me to like their product? You can't say, hey, I'm extending an invitation to come and help me. What do you say? It's a weird way to present that. Like, this is good news for you. Don't you want to see it? And I'm like, decline. And I'll like it in my own time, okay? Send me a thoughtful message and actually say, hey, would you check out our thing? I'll say, you know what? Yeah, I like the page. But some random spam, send to all notification, I'm not liking the page because I don't have time to look through 300 things. And they're all like people I know, and I'm sorry, but I don't know what it is. So anyways, which is funny that I do that because I accept friend requests from anybody I get on Facebook because I don't think it's really super interesting. So I like coming across the chance of some random people. And I don't know how they find me either. It's not like this is some famous, keyword search that you put in tags and like, it's just like Australian people. I'm like, wow, look at that. This guy's name sounds interesting. Tristan Sartoris. That sounds, I'll friend him up then. I'm like, hey, accepted. You're Australian. Let's talk a little bit. I can't wait to see what he's doing. So I do that. I accept friends from everybody. Doesn't matter who you are. You could be anybody. And I'll like your stuff too. So there's just, actually, to be completely honest, I think I interact with people that aren't my family on there more than my actual family. I see people getting married. I'm like, congratulations. Still don't know who you are, but I hope you had a beautiful day. You got married. Oh, the kids. Oh, you're growing up. So, so I'm just liking and commenting and being, just real and genuine with these strangers. Don't know who they are. And I don't know if they ever really, pay attention, but if they invited me to like their page, you better believe it, I'd get them. But anyways, yeah, so that's always fun. But I just can't get on board with the whole invite to like. That's not. It feels weird. It feels like Five Below. We're inviting you to take an extra step. We're inviting you to freaking do more for us. Will you? They don't even say will you. It's just a weird way to phrase it, and it bothers me. It's a psychological thing that I don't care for. Also, if we were going to dive into the psychology of why Tristan messes up on his words, I would say that his brain may be chaotically stressed in that there are several different emotions and feelings and thoughts that cross, and it is like such a intersection. It's like when you put a color in there and you say, oh, that's blue, and then you put some red, and he's like, oh, that's red, but now it's purple. Now we have two separate thoughts, and it's green, and it's like now it's getting kind of murky and more, and then I have all the colors in my brain, and now it's muddy. It's just brown. So yeah, that's I think I've got an overactive imagination, and he dissects himself, dude. Okay, I'm a psychology master. Granted, I only took one class, but I'm really good at figuring not only other people out, but myself. And I've said this before, but it's a great thing to have. And, psychologically, I'm saying that if I saw someone else that possessed the same quality, that they could really assess themselves and say, hey, this is what you need to work on. This is how you're feeling. This is why you do that. And it's good to figure things out. Same reason that maybe the reason, if I was to look at myself through the lens, not that lens specifically, sorry, 1 second, and to really dissect myself from the outside perspective, I'd say, you know what, here's some guy. He has a very genuine heart, it seems like, and he feels very bound to compel people to laugh. He wants to bring joy. That's how he feels. But this joy, this energy that he has, and being so loud and look at me, I would have to imagine it stems from him just not getting enough attention, he feels like, as a child, whether it may or may not be true, that he probably just felt like it wasn't enough, and he had to be comedic in order to earn that attention. He felt like the attention that he could get, it could only be earned. And this is going way deeper than I thought, and I don't even know if that's true. I just made all that up, and I don't know if I don't think I believe that. I felt like I think I got a ton of attention growing up, but you know what? If psychologically, that's what I'd say, and if psychologically, then psychologically, I could help you out too. But anyways, what was I saying? The reason that he loses his mind is because he's got so many different pathways he wants to connect, and he feels unsure about which avenue to take. And when he takes, he feels somewhat insecure that he chose the wrong path. And by not choosing a path at all, he remains in a steady state of not quite committing to either topic. And that is where he lives, in not choosing either or. So he stands in the middle and never really gets anywhere. But anyways, sorry, 1 second. The reason that he touches the mic so often is that he is a fidgeter, and in the middle, he has to maintain a sort of action. Yeah, back to the Facebook thing. My other problem that I wanted to bring up about Facebook was listen, sorry, shots are about to be fired, okay? When I see people doing the freaking repost thing, okay, where it's like, oh, I'm going through so much stress and hard times in life and things just aren't looking good, or family and friends, it's hard to tell who you can trust. And I'm reading these things, okay, because it is mostly my family, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. This is like, I didn't know anything that was going on. This is rough. And then you get to the very bottom of this 10-page article and it says, copy and paste if you agree. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? I put all that emotional effort. Sorry, 1 second. I put all the feeling, the mental grip on you. And I was like, oh, I'm thinking, I'm praying, I'm reading, I'm tearing up. Like, I had no idea. I care about it. And you copy and pasted this from someone else's mouth? I don't care if you agree. Repost it. That's what retweets are, right? You do anything, you just post it, share it. Sharing's okay, but you cannot copy someone else's beautiful, well-crafted words that they're feeling and be like, well, I relate this in some way. I'll just put it as my own. 1, plagiarism. 2, you might as well just make a video and be like, well, and just lip sync to someone else's voice and do it. And be like, well, this is me. This is how I feel. Now, granted, I didn't come up with it with myself, or it may not be exactly on the nose, but I related. I don't want to write something else myself. No, that's wrong. And furthermore, sometimes they'll say right at the bottom, copy and paste to prove that you actually care about me and read. No, dude. No, that is wrong. It's a trick. It's weird and it's gross. And also, by the way, sorry to tell you, Grandma, or anyone else who's done this, if I've ever fallen for this trap by you that I've read this article, I no longer read anything that's over 3 sentences. That's how it is. It's not an attention span thing. It's a trust thing, okay? You're just like Five Below. I'm coming here expecting a certain kind of thing, and you're twisting it up on me. Anyways, but when I see that, dude, that was just for my mom. For some reason, she says she likes it when I yell a lot. I don't know what it is about me, probably because, sorry, 1 second, that I'm usually so happy and bouncy that when you, it's so out of character that it has that kind of just random Adam Sandler vibe. I don't know. If I was to psychologically assess what my mom likes about that, that's what I would say. The reason my mom likes it when I scream at the top of my lungs. But yeah, dude. So don't do that. If you're going to say something and share something, share it authentically and be yourself. Or just share the post. Don't shove it and give it back to me and make me have to deal with it and assess it. And now I have to judge you and be like, sorry, there's no more trust. You greedy son of a gun. You Five Below'd me. Okay? So I don't like it. Not a fan of old Five Below and those kind of people. So when I see that, dude, I'm hitting the little gear in the corner that says, hey, show less of this, Facebook. Not interested. Not relevant. It's spam. Inappropriate. I don't like it. I'm reporting it. Whatever it may be. I don't want any more of it. So yeah, that's a little lesson for anybody out there who's still doing that. Don't. Okay? And I think that's all I have to say today. That's my message, and that was my big PSA to be like, listen, guys, some of you aren't doing this right. And I'm going to tell you from a psychological standpoint, people who do read that, I assume everyone else like me, are also feeling ripped off by Five Below. We're also feeling trapped, and we're also feeling like you're taking advantage of our emotions. Stand on the hill, write what you feel, or share it, or get off, Crap or get off the pot. Whatever that means. I feel like, I think I do know what that means. Sometimes when I say things, I don't know what they mean, and I think about it. And you should get off the pot. Or write what you feel or get off the pot, okay? I don't know or get off that person's pot, dude. Either crap or get off that person's pot, all right? That's the message. That's what I'm trying to say, dude. You cannot go around pooping in other people's toilets. It's just wrong. That is their place to say that. That is their place to feel. That is their place to do their business. Go do yours somewhere else, okay? And, yeah, so, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Full Circus. And I've had a blast. I've had a lot of fun, and I hope that we made some real progress and not only my lives, but yours, okay? So I want you to really not just laugh about the silly little things we talk about, but really take them to heart, okay? Because some of you are messed up, And some of you just don't know what you're doing to other people. And some of you are raising the prices in a poor store. You're raising it. You're rude. Okay. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This has been Full Circus. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.